Hey yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. It's Steve here, and this is episode 287. And joining me today, I got Brian.
Hey, yo.
What's good, man?
Are we sure we got the episode title correctly? Or
The episode number, yes,
okay.
287. We got it right this time.
Just making sure, because like two
Yes,
weeks ago, because we were off last week,
yes.
but like 2 weeks ago, we wanted to make sure that we had,
We had a little snafu in the
yeah,
brains.
we, more like you.
Okay, whatever. Sure, fine, fine. I'll take it.
Well, you know what we can do this week, actually, that's
What
not
can we
in
do this
our,
week?
we gave people 2 weeks to watch the Batman, so we can talk about that a little bit.
Yes, that is right. I completely forgot about that.
So,
Yeah,
we can talk about that in a little while.
yeah.
Uh, but before we get into anything, before I even tell you how I've been and shit, and what I've been up to, and what I just want to say R.I.P. Scott Hall.
Word. Big time.
Um,
Big RIPs to Scott Hall.
uh, for
Or
the
Razor
man
Ramon, as
to
other people know him.
yeah, I mean, if you don't know Razor Ramon, like especially if you're like a wrestling fan of now, if you don't
Yeah.
know Razor Ramon or Scott Hall, you need to like rectify and go back and watch videos and shit.
Yep. Just
Um,
find his video of him, his what is it? His ladder match for the IC champ with
yeah,
HBK, I think it was.
yeah, WrestleMania 10.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first ever ladder match, I think.
Yep.
Um, for Scott Hall to survive everything he's been through and to be taken out by a broken hip, which later led into his blood clot and 3 heart attacks and all
Yeah.
that. It's sad
It
because
fucking sucks, dude.
if you look at it, he was 63. Sting just turned 63,
Mm-hmm.
or he's
No, he just
about
turned 62.
to. Okay, so Sting, who did that insane fucking table bump
Jumping
thing,
off the rafters onto
yeah,
4 tables.
yeah,
Yeah.
like basically murdering Andrade,
Yeah.
and got up and did it all again. The whole wrestling part anyway, or
Mm-hmm.
walking to the ramp.
Yeah.
But then you got Scott Hall, who sadly didn't make it, and it's tragic. It's something. I mean, the majority of the stories you heard about him backstage are that he loved people.
Yeah.
He actually, I did not know this. He actually is the reason why um, Sting was the Crow.
Really
Yeah, it was backstage. He's like, "You ever see the Crow?" And he basically told Sting to like rectify it, and
interesting.
he became the Crow, and that's how we got that version.
Interesting. I
Um,
like that version though. I like this version a lot better than the super colorful one.
and I'm sorry for those of you watching this on YouTube. That's my laundry back here.
Yay, laundry
Yay!
machines.
Not like people
Hey,
don't
at least you
have
got
them.
one at home. That's what matters.
Yeah, not like people don't do laundry.
Yeah, exactly.
Um. So yeah, that's really shitty that we lost Scott Hall this
Big
week.
time.
I feel really sorry for all his friends too, especially his clique, especially Kevin Nash, who had to figure out how to like survive the next day without his brother.
Hmm.
And then Triple H, who literally posted that he was gutted.
Yeah,
Like because we know wrestlers die, it's a thing. Like
yeah.
I was kind of not gutted per se, but I was kind of like a little sad when
It's some really sad shit because it's
well,
something that's been like in our lives since we were younger.
yeah, but not even the one I'm talking about. Not even for Scott Hall. It's like on Twitter, the WWE Network handle tweeted that it was 20 years ago that day that Crash Holly escaped. Uh, I think it was like Vince's goons at Funtime USA in Brooklyn,
Oh wow, yeah,
and both he and Funtime are gone.
yeah,
That's a storage place now.
yep,
And then he accidentally overdosed from depression, or I use accidentally in quotes, but that's the thing. Death in wrestling is a thing.
yep.
But Scott Hall, he fought through it, and you know, and just to succumb from not even, you know, like not even pills or drinks or whatever.
Yeah, because he's been
Um,
he's been he's been on the
he's
straight
been
and narrow
around.
for a little while already.
Yeah, I mean DDP helped him.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I was watching before we started the show tonight. I actually was watching. WWE had put out like the best top 10 Hall moments or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and one of them was WrestleMania 18. Right, it was 18 where it was 2002, and it was the WrestleMania after the plane ride from hell.
Interesting. Okay.
And so, for those of you that don't know about the plane ride from hell, watch Vice's Dark Side of the Ring.
Yes. Find it. Find
It's
it. Find it. It's good.
find it somewhere. It break. I knew some of it, but there were things I did not know. Like
Yeah.
Scott Hall. Let's lead into Scott Hall. They thought Scott Hall died on the plane.
Uh huh.
That he did not wake up for the entire time because they went through what, two bar carts?
Yeah. Well, I think
Yeah,
it was like 2.5 or something like that. A
yeah. They
ridiculous
went
amount of
through.
liquor.
Yeah, they went through endless amounts of liquor. The first bar cart was gone because they were stuck on the tarmac for 7 hours before the
Mm-hmm.
flight.
Yep.
But yeah, they thought Scott Hall died, and when they finally got him through customs, they had to fake it that he was like sleeping in like a wheelchair or some shit through customs, like he was one of the many that were getting fired that night,
Yep.
and therefore they had the match at WrestleMania. It was him versus Austin, and then that's why when Austin gave him the stunner, he didn't sell it at first, Hall, but then like Austin did it again, and he made him like bounce like a fucking like a sky bounce handball.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
That was one of the things on there. But then it also showed like great moments, like him winning the IC title each time. Definitely worth checking out.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna end that with this before I get into what I was watching. But rest in power, Scott.
Word.
It was an honor watching every match. Though I never gotten to see him live.
Mm-hmm.
It was an honor watching matches that were gonna live on through lifetimes because
Absolutely.
he put his body through hell, and he kept telling the tale. And it's just, I say we raise our click symbol to the sky. You know,
Oh yeah.
on a happier note.
Yes. Happy notes. Happy
Happy
notes.
notes.
No more
Happy
sad shit
notes.
for now.
Yay.
For now, at least. No more.
For
Yeah.
now at least. So happy notes. Been watching some stuff. Well, definitely watch the Batman, like we mentioned 2 weeks
Uh-huh,
back,
uh-huh,
and we'll talk
uh-huh.
more.
And we'll be
Uh,
watching that again when it comes out on HBO Max in the next few weeks.
I, for those of you that are itching to see it but don't want to go to the theater or have no time,
Or don't
uh,
want to sit in the movie theater for 3 hours.
3 hours, yes.
Yeah.
It is going to hit HBO Max on the 19th of April, according to like all these multiple pages I've
Uh-huh.
seen online.
Yeah. So well, technically it makes sense because at that point it will hit 45 days in the theaters. So
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do now is that they're trying to do 45 days in theaters and then put them out on streaming somewhere.
yeah,
With most movies now, instead of waiting like months and months.
basically. Um, so aside from that, watched a movie on Netflix that I had a feeling was going to be good, especially because we all love Ryan Reynolds,
Hell yeah.
and if you're a fan of Sean Levy, who I've been a fan of his directing since Night at the Museum,
Okay.
The Adam Project,
Yes.
and the Adam Project. It's basically Ryan Reynolds plays an older version of himself who crash lands from the future from 2050 into
Yep.
2022 present
Yep.
day to find his 12-year-old self unexpected while trying to save his wife, and a whole bunch of shit goes down,
Yeah.
but it was a good cast. It had Catherine Keener as the villain, and then of course Ryan Reynolds. The kid, you would have thought he was been in a million other projects. This was his first film.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
He was really good.
He was really good, and he's like that in interviews too. Like he's like mini Ryan.
Good.
Um,
Snarky little fucker.
right. So
Yeah.
the movie was starring Wade Wilson,
Yep. Well, typical
typical
fucking
Ryan Reynolds,
yeah.
uh, Zoe Saldana, who's Gamora,
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo, who's Hulk,
Yep.
and then throw in a fourth Marvel character. We had, if you want to count it as a movie, we had Elektra, Jennifer Garner.
Oh yeah. Well, that is it is a Marvel movie. Granted, it's not
Not the
MCU
best.
shit, but that is not the best or uh, good. Um, but yeah.
Um, and it for those of you who geek out over 13 going on 30, it's kind of a reunion between the two of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget about that shit.
Me too. Um, but Adam Project was was really it was a fun sci-fi movie.
It was really
Uh,
damn good. It was done really well.
yeah, I didn't like. I had a feeling it was gonna be good, but I didn't expect it to be how fucking good it was. I was like, holy shit, this was just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great fucking
Um,
flick.
today I watched something interesting called Gasoline Alley.
Okay.
Bruce Willis, who got top billing for being in the movie for like 10 minutes.
He got top
Again,
billing because he's like one of the most fucking
yeah.
known people in the world.
Luke Wilson and Devon Sawa, who just is in
Okay.
everything now.
He's in every random thing now.
Yeah. Uh, and that was interesting. I'm not even going to explain it because it's just like, just watch it.
Okay. Okay.
It's a good action
Okay. So
film.
the only thing I want to explain is it a good movie or is it a shit movie?
It's one of the better of the Bruce Willis movies.
Okay. So
But
it's a
just
somewhat shit movie.
somewhat shit movie.
Okay.
I watched
Excuse me.
Taken 12 with Liam Neeson. Uh, the movie's called Blacklight,
Yeah.
where basically he's a CIA operative with skills.
Okay.
That was one of the better Liam Neeson movies of recent, in my opinion. I found it on
Okay.
Tubi
Okay.
because it came out this year.
Yeah. Yeah. It came out recently.
Um, what else have I watched? I'm currently in the rewatch of Punisher
Okay.
because
Especially now that it's all on Netflix now too.
it's on Netflix now. Um,
Not
so it was
Netflix, on Disney Plus. The fuck?
right.
Yeah.
Formerly on Netflix.
Yeah.
So all the shows are now on Disney Plus.
Yes.
But now you have to enter a code and get the full catalog because it's as in case anybody was wondering, they didn't cut anything out of the shows. It's the
Nope.
same violence that you would get out of what you saw originally.
Beautiful. Beautiful
It's
violence.
amazing. Like I like rewatching Punisher, the first episode at the end where like he obliterates the thugs at the
Yeah.
in the construction site.
Uh
I'm
huh.
just like I miss that.
Yeah. Or when he just fucking he's trying to get the girls that are about to get fucking trans trafficked and shit
Mhm.
in the middle of the episode, in the first scene or whatever, one of the first
Yeah,
scenes.
when he basically sniped the dude from the border.
Yeah.
Like he didn't leave the U.S. He was still in the U.S. and used the 50 cal and sniped the dude in Mexico.
Yep.
Uh,
It's fucking great.
and that just the reaction of like you hear the gunshot and then you see the guy standing there and next thing you know, bah, he's just dead. I'm like, oh shit! And then
Yep.
they do that pan or the zoom.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yep. So good.
So everything is the same. They did not change a single thing, and that makes me really happy.
Yep.
What else have I watched? Oh, yeah, I watched something on your recommendation. I finally got to see Sing 2.
Yeah.
That
Such
was
a fun fucking movie, dude.
it. Like, I enjoyed the first one. Like, we actually rewatched the first one the night before we watched
Mhm.
part 2.
And the thing is that there's no need to watch the first one before you watch the second one.
No, because it's a different film. I mean,
Yes.
it's the first one is
It
basically
has the same characters.
same characters. It's basically an origin story if you want to watch the first movie.
Right.
So you can watch 2 as the main film and just watch 1 sort of like a prequel,
Yeah.
essentially. But like an amazing voice cast once again,
Yep.
and like there was just so many touching moments in that film.
So
Oh,
many fucking moments, dude.
uh, Megan and I just wondered why the hell Bono put on an American accent.
Yeah, yeah.
That was, um, did not realize Scarlett Johansson can sing that good.
Well, yeah, she did have a little bit of a singing career that
See,
didn't really go anywhere.
see, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think she was trying to put out an album a few years ago.
Um,
This was before the
but
Black Widow and all that shit movies.
got it. But no, Sing 2 was spectacular.
Yeah.
Great cast, a lot of
Hmm.
fun. And it's crazy that 5 years since the first movie, how different the animation was.
Yeah,
It
it
was just
really is. It's
sharper
very
because
different. Yeah,
you know, like we saw the first one in theaters, and
it looked good for the time.
for the time, 2016.
Uh huh.
But then you go now and you're like, oh, there's this, and it's just so different.
It's so much more crisp.
And like, uh, yeah, an amazing voice cast. And
Hmm.
oh, it, well, I'm tired today.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Taron Egerton, once again, just blew my mind how
Yeah.
amazing he is. Um, but yeah, like such a fun family film,
Yep.
And my kids were into it sort of before they started
Well,
getting
yeah.
cranky.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't expect the kids to actually sit through it for that much longer than
Yeah, especially
than
they're
the
gonna
fun
be
first
2 in
few
a month.
moments. Yeah.
Um, let's see, did I watch anything else? I'm trying to think.
Before we get into that, I must
Yeah.
say about Sing 2. This is the first and only time I actually gave a fuck about a U2 song.
Yes.
Because I can give a fuck less about U2. And when they were singing, still haven't found what I'm looking for. At the end of the
Yeah.
movie, I was like, I went full on bitch mode. Like I started crying like a little motherfucker because the way that they portrayed the dude that was playing that part, that whole scene or whatever, it gave me the feels, man. Because
Yeah.
it's just like, oh man, so much shit in it. It was really good, really good fucking flick.
Well, like, was that song off the Joshua Tree album?
I don't know.
If that is like, that well, I mean, I like U2 to a point. I've never really like been into them. Uh, but
I
like,
never even listened to one of their albums. Like I've heard their
uh,
song on the radio, and I was like, yeah, I don't rather not. And I understand why people like them, but personally, it's like I can listen to way much more better music than that. To me, at
uh,
least, to me. So I get it. It is all subjective, but
I get it.
yeah.
Uh, I don't think I've watched anything else important enough.
Okay, that's fair.
Uh, as for musics, I'm basically I, as I told you the other day when I was like traveling, I'm hooked on that Zealand Ardor album, the new one.
Dude, it's really good, dude.
I played it on repeat because it's just fucking amazing,
Yeah, it's fucking great.
and it's just such a it's hard to explain. Like you can't be like, oh, it's this type of genre because it
No.
is, but then it's blended with other types of
Hmm.
music.
That's what a lot of bands are doing now, which is fucking insanely good because they're trying to reach all these different type of these different type of niche groups that listen to things.
Yeah,
And when you have a band like Xenon Ardor, you're like, what's gonna be next for them? What you're listening to one song, it's like it's real heavy, and then you go to the next one, it's a lot slower. The
yeah,
next one after that, it's a bit more melodic. It's just a little bit of everything for everybody,
yeah. Like
which is what I love.
it was like the third or fourth track was kind of whatever the instrumental one is.
Uh huh.
It's like almost like EDM, but then
Yep.
it's like metal at the same time. You're like, wait, what
Hmm.
am I listening to?
Yep. Yep.
It's like the best Attitude Era wrestling themes without like vocals.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But aside from that, I mean, I really got nothing. I've been heavy duty back into DDPY.
Oh yeah.
I'm on my what was today? Today was
You said
day
13.
13. It should have been. It should have been 15, but my fucking Blu-ray player broke on Monday,
That's fair. That's fair.
and I had to rip it apart to get the disc out. That was fun. And then of course I couldn't find it on Kodi because like the app was because I had to up. I think it's because I had to upgrade Kodi.
Possibly.
But like I couldn't get it to do it on both either Monday or Tuesday. So I'm like, come on, because I'm on that groove of doing it 5 days on, 2 days off. Like
That's fair.
my
Yeah.
my work week is yoga, and my weekend off is my weekend off.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'm definitely down an inch though.
That's
I'm
awesome,
less
dude. That's awesome.
I'm less keg.
That's awesome, dude. That's it's really damn good. I'm happy
I
for
can
you, dude.
thank you, and it's so weird to be able to fold forward and be able to grab my toes.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Never thought I could. I've never done that before. It's so weird.
It's good. It's good,
Yeah.
man. I'm happy for you. Like I said,
Thank
it's
you.
fucking great. It's good that you're getting back into shape.
Yeah. Rather
And
than
in by shape, I mean like not circular.
I was gonna say just not round.
Yeah, not a sphere.
Yeah. So aside from that, I got nothing else. How about you?
Um, I've watched a lot of shit this last couple of weeks or whatever. Of course, you know I had the children's last week, and that was super cool. We went
You
over
watch
to one of the parks over here.
you watch a lot of shit because you like haven't you basically are always on vacation lately.
Well, yeah, this was also like yeah, it was my last vacation for the fiscal year of my works. Because the fiscal year ends at the end of March, and a whole new one starts in April. And I needed to take all my vacation time because if I don't take it, I lose it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take it because I want my money.
Right.
Yeah, and like I took 2 weeks previously. Oh well, 1 week previously, and then a week this past week. And it was super worth it because I got to just relax. You know, the week before the last vacation, the last week I took off was when I went up to New York,
Yeah.
and then I worked for like 4 days, and then I went on another vacation, which which was the when it started when I went up to Orlando to go to Revolution, which we had a whole episode speaking about Revolution. So go
Right.
check that out. That was super fun. I got to meet a couple of the wrestlers. And it was really cool. Like meeting the two biggest up and comers was really fucking cool.
I bet.
And I'm talking about Top Flight,
Mm-hmm.
Dante and Darius Martin. Really cool dudes. I literally was like, yo, because I didn't want to I didn't want to seem like a super mark and
Yeah.
just like, oh, let's take a picture because I saw them, they were all chilling there, and I just went up to them, I was like, yo, listen, you guys are awesome. Like, I love what you guys do in the ring. I'm glad that Darius was back because Darius has been out for an entire year pretty much, and he had just come back that week on Dynamite. And I was like, yo, like, you guys are awesome. Like, I love
So
what you guys are doing.
and I'm sorry. While before we continue, and I'm sorry, but like let's also give a speedy recovery to Big E.
Oh
We
yeah,
forgot about
for
Big E.
sure, for sure. That's some sad shit.
That's some sad shit.
Because that was a super botched move, man.
Yeah. But I mean, the fact that no ligament damage, no surgery,
Yeah.
no spinal cord injury,
But
at
what
least not
sucks is that it could possibly be
career ending.
some career ending type shit, like, because it's very risky because he basically like he hurt his C1 and C4 pretty much injured or whatever,
Yeah.
and
So
it's bad. But
so no.
thankfully, like, no type of any type of surgery or anything. He's already back home pretty much.
Yeah, they released him.
Yeah,
So I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll, speedy recovery, dude.
for real, for real. But yeah, back to Revolution. Revolution was super fun. It was a really cool pay per view. Like I said, go check out the previous episode before this one, and we went in on it. We went ham for like about a good hour and a half.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good episode. So if you haven't listened to that yet, go check that out.
Because that was one of the most entertaining times of a pay per view.
Yeah,
Like it was just so fucking good.
yeah, it was really good from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There were like a couple matches that were like kind of like, okay, I get it. You don't want to overfill the pay per view with just like nonstop go. You want to keep people a little bit of breather, and I get it. And it was a good way of setting up the whole pay per view. It was really good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Tony Khan is. I give an applause to Tony Khan for being a hell of a fucking booker, dude.
Yeah.
Really fucking good. So I'm excited to see everything that's coming out for AEW. This week's Dynamite was fucking insanely good.
Oh yeah, it was.
The cage match between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker
And like
was great.
that was spectacular. And like I'm almost positive Aubrey Edwards got tacks in her hand when she slammed for the
Oh
cage.
yeah, she definitely did. She definitely did. She I think she posted on Twitter. She had like a few tacks in her hand when she after she. Yeah, it was tough. It was hard. But yo, that's what you got to do. That's what you got
It's
to
the
do for the
business.
sport. Yeah, it was great. It was really good.
That
Like
was
I'm
a
glad.
spectacular match. I
Yeah,
like I
Thunder
love
Rosa. I'm glad that she won.
yeah, I love the mariachi at the beginning.
Yes.
That they were really talented.
Yeah.
And I love that she came out wearing full face makeup to
Uh
match.
huh. Yep.
Yeah, that was fun.
Full
Um,
face makeup and also like a mariachi suit as well.
yeah. And like I told you, you know, she was supporting 316 Day.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Just
Yep.
look at her ass.
Yep. But it's funny because it was 316 day and also the Stone Cold day, but it's also it was also the day, so it makes sense. It
Hmm.
was cool.
Yeah.
It was
But
good.
that could have been a pay per view match, but I get why they did it for
Yes, that's
her
that's
on
what I was
Dynamite.
that's what I was telling you also. Like I was like, yo, this match should have been on the paper. It could like they could have just skipped on having them two against each other at the pay per view
Yeah,
because they both fought against each other with obviously Britt Baker winning because she pretty much had her roadies just fucking fuck with everybody.
yeah.
They had one of them messing with the ref, the other one messing in the other direction. It was just a shit ton of fucking shit in that one match. But
Yeah.
the fact that this was a cage match with no type of interferences was great.
And this actually made me care about the women's division a bit in general.
No, see, I've always enjoyed the women's division because they are actually
I've
really
always
good.
no. What I mean was like for them on like for example, let me pull up a text. Um, yeah, like I was when I was watching the show. So was John. He was like, "Yeah, this company knows how to make you give a fuck about a women's division." That's what he said.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
Because like I can't tell you how many times I even brought this up to my wife when we were watching it. It's like I can't tell you how many times that like I've been, and I think I even brought it up at the episode before this,
Yep.
where like it's not that I'm against the female wrestlers, right? It's I'm against the match that's fucking boring as shit.
Yeah, a lot of time they have been boring for a long period of time.
But this match was not that.
Yeah, it was completely not that.
I was edge of my seat, staring down, going, "Holy shit! Like
Mm-hmm.
this is a match for the ages."
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Like in at the cage match, one of the spots that like was like holy shit they actually did that was the pretty much the power driver on all the chairs that were like stacked on top of each other.
that was nuts.
Like that I have not seen in a really fucking long time.
That was some ECW shit. I mean, like
Yeah,
real ECW,
yeah. It's fucking great.
pre Vince McMahon ECW.
Yeah, the real ECW.
Yeah,
Straight out of Philly, ECW.
straight out of full on EC Dub.
Yeah, yeah, really fucking good. It was really really good match for Dynamite, and also like I'm super glad that Thunder Rosa finally got her title match.
It's about time that they let somebody else have the title.
Yeah, because Britt Baker's been holding it for a little bit less than a year, shorter than Sheeta had it previously. Sheeta
Okay.
had it for literally over a year. Because it was like pre-pandemic, just when the pandemic started, and she just pretty much held it until everybody pretty much came back.
Damn.
Yeah, Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's a while.
yeah, it was a long while, a good long while. But she was a great she was a great champ. She held it down.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, and I'm kind of excited to see what her how her feud continues with Serena Deebs,
Yes.
because that Serena Deebs is one of those people that are just like, damn, she's good. She calls herself the professor for a reason.
She was so underutilized in WWE.
And who wasn't
I
underutilized
know.
over there?
Everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody was underutilized in that company.
yeah,
If you weren't if you weren't that guy, if you weren't Triple H, if you weren't The Rock, Stone Cold,
yeah.
Hulk Hogan,
Hmm.
like anybody of that caliber, you were underutilized.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm excited to see what that's gonna happen, when that's gonna happen, because it should be hopefully in the next few weeks. Probably even if at Double or Nothing. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen by then.
Same.
Um,
Uh, one of the greatest moments with that with Dynamite this week though was Jericho.
oh yeah, the Jericho Appreciation Society, fucking hilarious, you know. And
2.0.
that was the perfect shoot at WWE.
2.0 was bad creative.
Yeah. The fact that their name is 2.0, like you're never gonna hear us call them 2.0 over again. It's fucking hilarious, yeah.
I did find it funny
And then
though when
him changing their names to
yeah.
Daddy Magic and what was it, Antonio Antonio Parker. Fucking funny as hell. Both of them are fucking Canadians. Like,
Hmm.
funny as shit. But it's so good. And then Daniel Garcia actually coming out like, "Yo, I am a sports entertainer," along
Yeah.
with
Yeah, I love
Jericho.
that they're not professional. The Jericho Appreciation Society is not. It's not. They're not pro wrestlers. They're sports entertainers.
It's so fucking funny.
That's such a big fuck you to WWE.
Yeah, it really is, and I love it. I love
Me
every
too.
single minute of it
Just
so far.
keep it going.
Yeah, but what you're gonna see here, though, what I've been seeing, like I've noticed as soon as they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be sports entertainers," or even when you see um what's his name, William Regal come to the ring
Hmm.
with Moxley and Danielson, you're just like, "Oh, something's big gonna happen with this," because of course they're trying to sort of recruit some people into their little stable in a way.
Hmm.
And this first match that they had with really, who was it? The best friends, Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta, against both of them. I was like, this is going to be a really good match because, of course, they're all phenomenal wrestlers, um, but who they're really looking forward to or looking to train a little bit is Wheeler Yuta,
Hmm.
because he's another great up and comer, and because he's done so much shit the last few months or whatever that he's been there. He's been absolutely fantastic at what he does.
Oh yeah.
And seeing that at the end of the match, he came back to the ring. I was like, "Yo, like, what's up? Let's do this. I want to be with you guys." And then to see William Regal just slap him in the face,
Hmm.
just how he did with Mox and Danielson at the pay per view. I was like, "Yes, let's do this.
He like recruited them. He recruited them with the slap.
Yes, I really want to see this because this is gonna lead into somewhere down the line having them against the JAS,
Oh, absolutely.
because it's gonna have the professional wrestlers versus the sports entertainers, and I cannot fucking wait for that.
And it'll be nice to see like sort of like a rivalry reunion between Jericho and Regal.
Yes, that's right.
Like like the infamous like "How's your tea, Willie" thing back in
Yeah,
the Attitude Era.
that's a long fucking time ago.
That was like 99 or 2000.
Yeah, a long fucking time ago. That's what,
Well,
like 20 years ago, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it had to have been more like after 2000 because Jericho showed up with the whole Y2J
Yeah,
was Y2K thing.
yeah. But
But
literally,
still,
like
that's a
literally,
long.
that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this. I'm super excited what they're gonna do. It completely period with AEW, and then not only just that, but like ROH. They signed ROH, and then one of the matches that they called out this week, something that I've been super fucking excited for, is the Briscoes. The Briscoes have been putting out little like little things on Twitter, just going back and forth like, with FTR, who used to be in WWE as well, and we finally got a match on the super card that's happening for ROH, or the first pay per view back for ROH after their hiatus, or maybe just a pay per view, just whenever it happens or whatever. But that's happening next month. But we don't know what's going to happen after that. But we finally got one of the biggest matches that I can see on there, and that I really want to see is basically our the Briscoes against the Briscoes, who are actually the ROH champions, against FTR, who are fantastic fucking wrestlers too.
Mm-hmm.
A great fucking tag team. Dax and Cash are fucking great wrestlers, dude. They love fucking pro wrestling. They bleed tag teams, dude. It's fucking great. And they got rid of Tully Blanchard as their coach.
Yep.
And they keep saying they keep kind of hinting at Bret Hart coming back to the AEW,
Ooh.
because he was at AEW like at the beginning of the first one of the first pay per views or whatever.
I remember.
But I cannot wait for that to happen. Love me some Bret Hart, so I can't wait to see Bret Hart in the AEW again. Um, so that's enough of me ranting about fucking wrestling. Um, some other shit that I watched this week. Of course, Sing 2, which we spoke about for a little while. I also got to see the Tinder Swindler, that's on Netflix, and that is a fucked up story about this dude on Tinder that basically takes money from women that he goes out on dates with. And it is a fucking nutso story, because he's like, oh, he's all lovey dovey with this girl or whatever, and then all of a sudden they kind of they get close in like a month or so,
Okay.
and then he's like, oh, I've gotten into some shit. He plays off that he's like super rich and shit. He goes on like private jets and stuff, and super fancy hotels and shit, and he eventually winds up like fucking people over, because the whole gist of it all is that he's taking money from one person, going on a date with another, and then kind of going back and forth. And what sucks is that he can't. They can't really try him in a way. There's no extraditions to fucking get him to go to jail for a while, or even to pay for shit, and it fucking sucks. But this was doing it for a couple years, and it's sad, dude. Cause like it's fucked up. It's fucked up what he
Seriously.
did. Like, it's really bad. So check out the Tinder Swindler on the Netflix. It's another really good semi documentary. Well, no, it's not semi. It's a fucking documentary. It's really good. Check that shit out. Of course, we mentioned Sing 2. Another awesome fucking movie that I watched this week, or this last couple weeks, was Bloody Hell. Um, that is not on Netflix or any of the streaming sites, but you can find it online somewhere. I found it on the Cody's. Um, and it is a really well done uh, thriller that takes you places. It's really fucked up, but it's really good. Really fucking good. You can watch the trailer, but I'd go in cold turkey, just like I did. I went in, I heard about it, I was like, yeah, they were like, yo, don't watch the trailer, just go in and watch the fucking movie. And I went in and I enjoyed the fuck out of it because it's one of those movies you're just like, I don't want to know anything. I just want to watch it because it's one of those things you expect one thing and then it totally gives you a totally different. It turns into a totally different movie, and it's done really well. Check that shit out. It's very indie, very good. Another movie that's very indie, but not very good. But it's entertaining anyway. The Studio 666, but from the Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters, of course, we know are a band that that they always put out some outlandish, weird ass videos,
Mm-hmm.
and this movie falls along the same lines. It has a weird story. Of course, it's not just a weird story, but it's like, oh, like the Foo Fighters like, yo, we want to put out some music. We got want to go to a place to that's gonna help us do this music differently than what we've done before. And it takes them to Studio 666, which is a studio that, of course, is a fictional studio, but it's a hotel that basically, or a house that, uh, at one point there was a huge murder that happened there, and crazy shit ensues when they're there. A lot of murder, a lot of death, a lot of fun shit. It's a fun movie, like I said. It's not the best, but do you really expect like a really good movie from like musicians?
Right.
Yeah, and this is written pretty much by Dave Grohl and his peoples, but um, like I said, it is a fun movie. It is definitely worth watching. So check it out. That at the moment, I believe it is on Prime Cinema. So if you want to watch it on there, you can, or you can just wait and watch it on Cody, or you can just watch it on Cody. Because why the fuck not, right? And I think that pretty much wraps it up for the shit that I've been watching. So I guess it's time to get into some fucking geek shit because we got a decent amount of geek shit for this week. And I guess the first thing that we can start with, we just briefly mentioned Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy. We saw them both, or we saw Ryan Reynolds in Sean Levy shit in uh,
In the
the
Adam
Adam
Project.
Project. Yes, we saw him in the Adam Project, and we just got news this week that they are both working on Deadpool 3, which we've been super fucking excited for. We've been trying to see when is this happening. Um, what's gonna come out of this? When are they actually gonna do it? Is it gonna happen? Is this actually gonna be a Disney movie? Is there are they gonna make it work? Are they gonna put it on under Disney? Because of course it is a super rated R movie. Um, and then with the fact that they're starting to put things in the rated mature section of Disney Plus. We're like, wait, this would be the perfect place for all the Deadpool shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, please. And knowing that we have Ryan Reynolds doing something that's really good, done by Sean Levy, I'm like, yes, we need to have this now, and it's happening. They will be putting together Deadpool 3 for Marvel, and I am super fucking excited for it. Cannot fucking wait. I've been waiting. We've been waiting for too damn long.
Yeah,
It
it's
needs
been
to
a couple
happen.
of. It's already been a couple of years since part two.
I know it feels like way longer though.
It does.
It feels like way fucking longer. But yes, I am excited to see this. I really want this to happen. It needs to happen very very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Of course, we gotta wait a little bit, but that's fine. We've waited this long. Might as well just wait a little bit longer.
I mean, he might be in Doctor Strange. We don't
Right?
know
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, like we've mentioned a couple weeks ago. But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. There's some other shit that came out of the on the internet. Something that's super fucking exciting because it came out actually today, and I'm like, cannot fucking wait for this shit. We all love Christopher Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
We all love the Mandalorian, and we just got news that Christopher Lloyd got casted in season 3 of the Mandalorian. Yes, fucking please, dude. I am super fucking excited for this. I love Christopher Lloyd. Love the fucking Mandalorian. They've been doing such an amazing job with this show. I am super excited to see what they're gonna do with season 3, and I want to see where it goes. I want to see what they're gonna do with it and what he's gonna basically be playing in this show because he's old as fuck now. He's what in
Yeah,
his 70s?
at least.
Yeah. Um, and he's fucking great. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with him. What they're gonna
Well, I
do
mean,
with this.
like, I mean, considering he was like one of the best parts of the movie Nobody,
Yes, that's right. I forget about that.
he had like a bit of a career resurgence there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm super excited to see when this is coming out. Of course, it doesn't start. This won't come out anytime soon. They don't have like a set release date for season 3, do they? No, they
Not
don't.
yet.
They don't have a set release date for season 3. Because of course we're getting Obi in like another 2 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited what they're gonna see what they're gonna do with Christopher Lloyd because I fucking love Christopher Lloyd. Loved him since I was a youth
Mm-hmm.
back in the day in the DeLoreans and stuff. Oh, Back to the Future. How I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess jumping back into the Marvel stuff, we briefly spoke about all the Disney shows. All the Netflix shows are now on Disney, and the Netflix. When I'm talking about Netflix shows, I'm talking about the Netflix Marvel shows, which are no longer Marvel shit or uh,
No
Netflix
longer
shit.
Netflix.
No longer Netflix. Netflix, fuck you, get the fuck out of here. And of course, Disney's like, fuck you. I paid for all this money for it. I'm gonna keep it. And so we got news. Well, something that we already knew was happening, but now they've pretty much made it official that there is going to be a Deadpool, not Deadpool, Daredevil reboot coming to the MCU on Disney Plus with Charlie Cox. That's super fucking exciting.
And I really hope they're bringing back every other actor from that show.
Yes, please. Yes, fucking please, dude.
Because I can't call other actor Foggy or actress Karen after watching
Yes,
them play the parts in so many episodes.
yes. Cause I'll say it again. Like I've always had this big ass crush on fucking Deborah Ann Wall, and she
Mm-hmm.
was fucking great in Daredevil. Like she was really fucking good, and I was rewatching the first episode of Daredevil, and I was like, holy shit, she's so fucking good, dude.
Mm-hmm.
She's fucking bawling, crying in the first episode. I'm like, yes, we need to see more of this, dude. Not necessarily her crying, but her being a complete badass in the show. I fucking loved it. I fucking love this. I cannot wait to see Matt Murdock in the MCU again. Granted, we got a glimpse of him in No Way Home, but I really want to see more. I want more. Call me greedy, but I want more.
But the fact that me too. But the fact that we actually have our favorite actor as Daredevil back,
Yes.
that Kevin Feige flat out said Charlie Cox is our Daredevil.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, that works.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is fucking great. I'm excited for it, dude.
Oh hell yeah, me too.
Cannot fucking wait. We need this now. Granted, it won't happen now because I got so much other shit to do on there, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen. Then some other things. Something that's That's very, very interesting because, of course, One Piece has like a bazillion fucking episodes that I technically have not watched, not even just one. But we all know somebody that is a part of our team is a huge fan of One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about Mario. Mario's a huge fan of One Piece, and main reason why I didn't watch it because there's like I said, a bazillion fucking episodes to watch. Kind of like the way Dragon Ball Z was in the beginning, but this is with boats and ships and shit in the waters, and I don't know. It's just not for me. But like I am willing to see what they're gonna do with the live action um, One Piece, because of course I'll be starting from the very beginning, and I won't have to just sit and wait and wait and wait and wait. But we got a news on the castings, and that's gonna be pretty cool. The only person that I think I know is Emily Rudd, that's in from Fear Street. She's in
Okay.
this. Um, one of those from Pacific Rim Uprising is in it, which that was a pretty fun movie. Um, da, 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 da. There's this kid from Go Youth who I don't know who he is, but he's gonna play Monkey D. Luffy, who's the main character, which is gonna be pretty cool. I'm guessing he's somewhat good. Also, don't expect him to be a shit ass character if he's is that gonna be cast as the main character in the show. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the Netflix live action version of One Piece because of course Netflix does knows what they're doing, but when it comes to live action anime stuff, um, they haven't had the best record so far.
Right.
They did what was it? Death Note that was not that good.
And then recently,
Granted, I get it. It was a retelling of it in a way, not necessarily the exact duplicate of the original. But then there was also Cowboy Bebop that, in my opinion, was actually pretty damn good.
I don't agree that it should have been canceled. I think it should try. They should try to fight and have it come back somewhere.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you on that. Like they should try to do something to actually put it out because I want to see more of that because the cast was great, the story was pretty damn good because of course you got the original story, but um, what I'm guessing the reason that they canceled is because there was only one original series of it. There was only one season of it, and
Mm-hmm.
this season right now pretty much goes over. I'm about to say like 95% of it, 85% at the most, at the least. So I get it, but like I said, I would want to see more. And then jumping over to the other end of the streaming world, we are fans of the Harley Quinn show on the Disney the what was it, the
HBO.
HBOs or whatever, or the DC universe that was once upon a time. Um, we are a fan of the Harley Quinn show, and one of the characters that I really did enjoy was Kite Man. Kite Man is one of those weird ass characters, very obscure villains in the DC universe. But the fact that they made him kind of likable on this show, I was like, this is interesting. And we recently got word that they're working on something with him, as far as developing another spin-off with him. That should be cool because we kind of want to see where not necessarily where he went wrong, but where he came from.
Right.
What made him such a bad guy, or is he really a bad guy? So, kind of want to see what they're gonna do with that. I'm excited for it. Also, like, what other villains would they be throwing into this? Are they just gonna do him because of course, he is a very obscure villain? Are they gonna throw other obscure villains in this? So that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited what's gonna do with that. Then something else that came out this week. Another DC Vertigo show. We got the first trailer for, and this looks pretty fucking good.
It really does.
And what I'm talking about is DMZ. Who, well, for those that don't know, it is a comic that came out, I'm gonna say about 10, 15 years ago. Am I right?
See, this is new to me. I'm not familiar with the.
Okay. Well, this is a pretty good comic. It's kind of post apocalyptic, and you get to see that in the trailer. The world's pretty much gone to shit, and we're just trying to find a place to actually be. And it's really good. It's a really fun series, so go check that out. I don't want to give too much away because, of course, you don't want to spoil the whole story. But this trailer for this show looks really damn good, and it has Rosario Dawson,
Mm-hmm.
who we've seen pretty much everywhere so far. She's been on the Marvel side, she's been in the Disney side, she's been in the kids side. Um, she's been everywhere. She's fucking great.
She has been everywhere.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it, how she's gonna do in the show. Um, but one thing that I did kind of see, because of course the a lot of the critics just like to talk shit. Um, they were pretty much saying that it doesn't really um, give you the gravitas of of being an apocalyptic type show.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but whatever. I still want to see it.
Oh yeah.
I still want to check it out. I still want to see what's going on with it, and where the story goes. Um, so it should be cool. It should be cool. It should be out in the next couple of weeks. So check out DMZ. Um, and then the final piece of the puzzle for this week. Something that was really fucking cool. That I super fucking enjoyed when I saw this. I was like so fucking excited. And that we got the first full trailer for Miss Marvel coming to Disney Plus in the next couple of weeks. And this looks fucking fun.
It looks a
I'm
lot of
super
fun.
excited to see what they're gonna do with Kamala Khan on the TV screens, on the silver screen. It looks fucking dope. Especially knowing that she will somehow be part of the Marvels, which is Captain Marvel 2 pretty much in the next few months.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked on this. Been watching a lot of videos talking about what could be or what will happen with shit like that. And from what I've been seeing a lot of is that there's a possibility that not necessarily one of the villains, but one of the next Young Avengers is in this. Other than her,
Ooh.
could actually be Hulkling, who we
Oh
have
yeah.
not seen anything from ever yet on the TV on any of the shows yet, or any of the MCU stuff. But that should be super interesting. Also, the fact that like they kind of retcon the way that she turns into a superhero in this.
Yeah.
She's not basically like transformed with the mist or whatever like she was in the comics. From what it looks like, she gets like these bracelets similar to the Ten Rings
Yeah.
from Shang-Chi. Um, and what they're pretty much saying is that these Ten Rings could have possibly been on Earth for a very long time, and she winds up acquiring them, and she is somewhat, so it kind of triggers her whatever from like a bazillion years ago. She's somehow tied into those people in a way that it kind of gives her powers. So it's very interesting to see what they're going to do with it. I want to see how they explain certain things, because she is also, if you look at the trailer, you get to see that she's also rocking uh what was it, the crawl um Miss Marvel suit or Captain Marvel suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some possibilities of that happening. Could be fucking cool. I'm really excited for it. Cannot wait for Miss Marvel. Super excited. What do you think? What did you think?
I'm excited for it.
It's really cool. It's something totally different. Um, it has a totally different feel than what we've seen from the other Marvel shows.
And the fact that they actually brought in like a Muslim character into live action,
Yes.
like they actually there was that one clip in the trailer where they're praying, and I'm like, see, but it, this is how it should be because there are other religions than just
Yeah.
Catholicism and Catholic, and Christianity. Like
Yep.
this exists,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
like it's about time you actually did something for the people that aren't white.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know,
Exactly.
and they and right and the actress like, they didn't just like
They did just pigeonhole anybody into it.
like it's someone who's actually like of I forget what
It's
nationality.
Pakistani.
She's Pakistani, but you know what I mean. It's like good. Like actually like gave the character a true actress behind the part, and they didn't just whitewash everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful for this because this looks fun.
Yeah.
This looks Hawkeye fun.
Yeah. It really does. It really does.
It's a big difference in like the darker stuff that we've seen and that we're gonna see with Moon Knight in like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
It looks really fucking cool.
it's gonna be nice to see something lighter,
Yeah, especially after Moon Knight.
and especially from like the eyes of a kid.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, all of a sudden I'm a superhero. What do I do?
Yeah. Exactly. So it's
I
gonna be
wanted
pretty
to,
interesting.
because like they're kind of. It seems like they're kind of doing something like they did with the game, where like
Mm-hmm.
in the game, she goes to this like event, like this big meet and greet, like carnival thing,
Mm-hmm.
or like not carnival, but like this big fair, and like eventually she meets all the Avengers, and
Yeah.
then the mist happens, and she becomes, who she became, and
Right.
like, but it's more so like the way that she is so excited because she's such a nerd for the
Yeah.
team,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is great that you're seeing it through the eyes of a teen who
Mm-hmm.
now she went from wanting to be one to now being one,
Yeah.
but like in a sense of almost like with Spider-Man, it's like I'm a superhero now. What do I do?
Yeah.
How do I?
She literally is like the modern version of Spider-Man,
Yeah,
which a lot of people don't know because a lot of people haven't read the comic. And it's really damn good.
and she's relatively new too, right? She's only
Yeah,
been.
she's only been out pretty much since I've been over here. I think the first issue came out in like I'm gonna say like 2005, 2006.
I was gonna say, yeah,
So it is fairly new, and it's actually really damn good. I've read the first few. I'm gonna say the first trade.
okay,
It's really good. It's really well written. It basically it also shows like a different side of not everybody being in New York
mm-hmm.
because it takes place in Jersey for the most part.
Right. It takes place in the armpit of America.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But it's fun. It's a really good read. So check that out and be excited for Ms. Marvel. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a really good watch. Or hopefully it can be a good watch.
Okay.
But again, we can't really say that they've pretty much
All these shows have
struck
been,
out with them yet.
yeah, all these shows have been really good so far.
Yeah, they've all been completely different too. So
Yeah, I
that's a good
mean,
thing.
and they kind of go light and dark, light and dark.
Yeah, they really do.
You
They
know,
really do.
but even like some of the light has dark in it, some of the dark has light in it. So like
Yeah, yeah. It balances
mesh.
out. It's a
Yeah,
good
exactly.
balance. Yeah, but it's good. It's definitely a good balance.
Yeah.
I love what they've been doing.
Oh hell yeah.
So I'm excited to see more. Yeah. Um, that pretty much wraps it up this week. I think, right? You got anything else to add, Brian?
Well, we should talk a little bit about Batman.
Oh, yes, that's right. We were holding off on that.
We were holding
Yes.
off, and
Yes.
we almost waited another week because
Yes, we almost waited another fucking week. Yeah.
uh
So
so So spoiler alert if you
Yes.
guys have not seen it
Now
yet.
we're doing spoilers. 2 weeks
Yeah.
later.
2 weeks later.
Yes.
Uh, so spoiler alert if you guys haven't seen the movie yet, this would be where we say goodnight to you, good day.
Yes. Yes.
And I said good day, you
I
know.
said good day.
uh, but the Batman.
Yes.
I I went to that movie walking in, knowing I wanted to see it, walking out going, holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
If this is not one of the best fucking comic, forget about Batman. If this wasn't one of the best comic book adaptations,
Yeah.
it was a 3 hour detective comic
Yep.
graphic novel.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And for the first time in all our Batman movies, Batman in his costume at the crime scene
Yep.
playing fucking detective.
Yep.
Like, we've seen Bruce Wayne do it, we've seen Batman in the cave do it,
Yep.
but never in the field.
Never exactly. Never on the field.
Never in the active crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and for those of you that are like, oh, Robert Pattinson's Batman, stop hating.
Yeah.
Because he even regrets making Twilight. He just got a paycheck and he was happy with
Yeah.
having
He
a
was still
job.
young at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's made better movies since that. Just
Absolutely
fucking
love it.
watch Good Time.
Yeah.
And that's actually the reason why Matt
Or
Reeves
even just
wanted him.
watch Tenet.
Tenet was fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, Devil All the Time.
Yep.
But point is, Robert Pattinson was a terrific Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yep.
And it's hard to say, oh, but, you know, like, if you guys have seen it, and it's like, oh, but he wasn't really Bruce Wayne for long. That's the point.
Yeah.
The movie's not called The Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, exactly. It's called The Batman.
It's called The Batman. Especially
Yeah.
this is year 2.
Yep.
This is his second year wearing this fucking outfit
Mm-hmm.
and just pummeling down
Kicking
thugs.
ass.
And like, I love that that opening scene where everybody was just like, is he gonna come out of where? And
Yeah.
I know it made me feel it. I'm sure it made you feel it and Renee
Yep.
feel it. But like, when the guy's like spray painting, and you see the shadow, I was like, is he coming from there?
Yep.
Or when you see, what was it, the dude in the drop head mask like robbing the
Uh-huh.
store, is he coming from there?
Yep.
And they tease it like 3 times, and then finally, like, it's the train. And then I knew he was coming there because we all know the scene from the teaser trailer in 2020.
Oh yeah, of course.
And like, the fact that he just did not give a fuck and just pummeled every
Single one of them. Yep. No questions asked.
No questions asked. And like, I'm pretty positive those things on his wrist, those like spikes, like the silver things on his gloves,
On the gauntlets?
on the gauntlets were like coils for electricity.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it seemed like. It seemed, because I'm trying to figure out for the longest time, like, why is he having these things on his arms? And then when he did the shock glove to the one guy, I'm like, oh, that's electrical current.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like a taser on his fist.
Yeah, and it makes sense because in the Arkham Origins game for Xbox 360,
That's what he has.
He eventually obtains the shock gloves from the electrocutioner.
Uh-huh.
And then, which I'm still pissed that you didn't get to fight. The Rogues Gallery kills him, and then you obtain the gloves.
Yeah. That's fine.
Whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it.
But then you get to use them and just pummel thugs throughout Gotham later. But with that movie, he was a fucking animal in that outfit.
He really was.
He is vengeance.
Yeah.
And I like that he didn't.
He just lowered his voice just a little bit.
He lowered and went a little gruff to be different than Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
He wasn't a try hard.
No.
which is what I loved. I love the fact that he wasn't trying too hard
Right.
to just be different than one another.
One of my favorite little things in that is that when so Andy Serkis was great as Alfred.
Yep.
You know, uh, so Andy Serkis was great as Alfred, and like I liked that when he's at Wayne Manor and he sees Alfred solving the cipher, he has to put sunglasses on because he's so used to being in the dark.
Yeah.
Uh,
I completely
um,
forgot about that scene.
uh, Another cool thing too is like so I've been watching like every single person's breakdown from new rock stars to heavy spoilers, and
Okay.
um, like the fact that Batman at the time was not the world's greatest detective, he still sucked at it,
Uh huh.
and that if you would have noticed. So this is something I didn't catch, and I'm gonna show I'll point I'll catch it every other time now that I know the clip.
Mm-hmm.
But any time that they showed the Iceberg Lounge, if you look up, you can see Nashton taking photos.
Hmm.
It's like very small in the top corner of your screen, like
Okay.
but you see his apartment because right they looking like oh, like this is where he got the photos. Yeah, if they would have noticed the angle of the picture,
Yeah.
if Batman was that good, he could have looked up and be like, "Oh, it's that
Right.
way,"
Yeah.
and
But
then
they wasn't. He. I don't think he
yeah,
noticed that. Yeah.
and the movie would have only been like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But everything about it was fantastic. I think
Absolutely.
Paul Dano as the Riddler was fucking amazing.
It was
Like
very creepy too.
he had a very well. It was based off the Zodiac,
Yeah. No. I know.
which is one of my favorite serial killer stories, and
Mm-hmm.
I love the movie from what's it 2008?
From a long time ago.
Yeah, with
With the
Mysterio and
Hulk.
Iron Man and the Hulk.
Yeah.
Um, so that was fantastic, and I even pointed it out in when I reviewed the figure a couple of weeks ago. Like I'm like I thought it was like an ice pick. I did not know it was a carpet tuck,
Yep.
and I'm like son of a bitch,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Just like what an obscure device to bludgeon people with. Unbelievable. And then oh man, Zoe Kravitz as Selena and Catwoman, like both excellent, excellent. And then I forgot John Turturro was in this movie as fucking Carmine Falcone.
He was awesome.
He he was amazing in that. But then again, what movie isn't he good in? You
Yeah.
know.
Pretty much.
Uh, so then who else was fucking Colin Farrell as Cobblepot? And did you catch
He
that
was really damn good in that.
when they uh when they tied him up, him and Gordon, and like they drove away, like he's still zip tied, so he was waddling sort of like a penguin.
So good.
And then come on, we got to give it up for Peoples.
Yeah. Peoples was awesome, dude.
Jeffrey Wright as Jim Peoples Gordon, man. It's almost like he was watching us.
Yeah. He really was.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
Because he's the
Yeah.
Watcher.
I get it. I get it.
But yeah, Jeffrey Wright was whenever he's just a fantastic actor.
He
But
really is. He's fucking great, dude.
he really played like I mean, because Jim Gordon, especially because Jim Gordon is always the older white detective, and
Mm-hmm.
then later the older white commissioner.
Yep.
But like, considering we're in a society now where race shouldn't matter, even though
Yeah.
to some people it does. To me, I walked in going, "Holy shit, that's Jim Gordon."
Yeah.
Uh, like, just the
He was
chemistry
perfect.
between them. I like he's like, "You don't trust me because you don't tell me who you really are,"
Mm-hmm.
and like, and also like one of the best scenes in that movie was after Jim Gordon said, "Punch me,"
Yeah.
and
He
he
caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting
yeah,
that one. Yeah.
and then like he ran up to the roof to escape, but you see he's sort of petrified to jump off the rooftop.
Yeah.
because he puts on the. I was like, all right, how are they going to do the wings? You know, because we've seen '89 Batman had the bars in his cape.
Yep.
I could give a shit about Clooney and Kilmer.
Uh huh.
Christian Bale had the static magnet,
Yeah.
thing,
Uh
which
huh.
is a cool feature for the
Yeah.
time. But like,
For sure. At the time, it was.
this dude literally had a flight suit.
Yep. Love it.
Like it, I think it came on. Was that the pouch on his hip?
Yep.
Yeah, right. Just like somehow
Fucking
like
great.
quickly put it on and like
Yeah.
petrified and just jumped and sailed and then like didn't time the landing right, so he got fucking clocked by like the bus
Yeah. Yeah.
and he had to walk it off like really fucking hurting. I'm like, oh
Uh huh.
man.
Yep.
But um, the batarang in his chest was a fantastic idea.
Absolutely, dude.
To just be like, oh, here's my utility tool.
Yeah. Either that and the fucking the grappling hook that he had in his hand.
Dude, like it's almost like Taxi Driver, where he had like
Yeah.
the you talking to me.
Uh huh. Yep. I fucking loved it, dude.
Oh
Every
man,
little fucking bit of it, it was like fucking fantastic, dude.
and just when we thought the movie was gonna end, when Nashon was caught, and he's yelling out Bruce Wayne, Bruce Wayne, Bruce Wayne,
Uh huh.
and he's like, how do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, and he's like, we almost got him, the one that got away,
Yep.
and like you see like the sigh of relief sort of, and like,
And there's more.
and there's more, and then there's that one final riddle, and that one cop happened to have an uncle who like installed carpet. And then it's
Yep.
like, oh, that's a carpet tuck. And then
Yep.
Batman like takes the evidence out of the bag and like rips up the rug, and there's a whole fucking master plan that was
Yep.
so like Batman is not that good a detective. He didn't know that this was a thing yet,
Yeah.
and it's too late. And you got the whole fucking the city flooding.
Yep. So
Oh,
good.
even earlier in the film, how about when Batman tried to help Gil Colson and like you actually see dude explode?
Yep.
I was like, holy shit.
Yep. They're still trying to save him.
Uh
He's like, yo, like I can't really save you, dude.
uh and like I love how armor plated Batman was, that he's like getting shot to shit when like going into Carmine's club, and like it just
Yeah.
didn't phase him, just
Yep.
fucking whooped
I'll take
ass.
it all. I'll take all the shots.
Like there's so much to go over. I say when the movie hits it on HBO, we do like an episode just dedicated to it.
I am down for that shit, dude.
We do like a
Actually
breakdown
sit
sort
and
of
take
thing.
notes and shit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's like so much. Because I told you, I told you like off air multiple times, like when that movie comes out to HBO, I'm watching that like almost every day.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Because it was
I'll
that. It was
definitely, I
that.
definitely, and plus not only just that, but like I definitely need to rewatch it because I wanted to rewatch it, but like I really don't feel like spending another few bucks to go watch it and sitting in the
Yeah,
theater for 3 hours for it.
and like I mean, I've looked on Cody, and it's like a decent cam, but I'm like, it's a little shaky, and I'd
Yeah, no,
rather
I'm good. I'm good. I'll
if I'm gonna
wait.
if I'm gonna watch it for if I'm gonna watch a 3 hour film, I want it to be like clear,
Right.
So like
Yeah.
I'll wait
They
on it.
haven't, they haven't gotten it as good as they did with No Way Home yet.
Not yet, no.
Because they had that pretty good after to talk about like a month or so.
Yeah. I mean, so this movie will come out to HBO in like
A month from tomorrow.
a month from tomorrow. So Saturday the 19th would be a month late. Wait a month from there, and then you got
Yeah.
the Batman, and what a ride
Oh yeah, it's a great ride.
from start to finish.
Uh-huh.
And I I really did enjoy the homage to John Carpenter
Yep.
in the beginning with the stalking,
Yeah.
because that was a whole like the shape.
Yep. It was great.
And then the fact that like Riddler's outfit was just basically Army Navy shit.
I loved it.
Going to the
It
surplus
was simple.
stores.
It was simple.
Simple. And
Yeah.
like
And like, so even Selena Kyle, she doesn't have the full like Catwoman suit yet. She literally has a fucking ski mask on.
yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
One cool thing that I saw online is that his Riddler's glasses are very similar, if not the same, as Jim Carrey's in
Oh,
beginning of Batman
interesting.
Forever.
Okay.
Uh, and then the other thing too was that if you go into if you go really like high depth detail of this film, and whenever Nashton was doing his live streams,
Uh-huh.
and you got people commenting, they're talking about like, what about you're gonna do this big thing on this day, and it's flood day, and like,
Okay.
and talking about, oh, you can get this outfit at the surplus store. It's a
Yeah.
the winter mask and all that shit. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, so
That's good.
yeah, I say let's do a full breakdown when it
Hell
drops.
yeah, dude. Another bonus round.
Yeah, the Batman.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if
Because
you haven't
I
seen
definitely
it,
need to rewatch it because I have it like it's been a little while already, and like some parts are a complete daze to me.
yeah, like, because it's that initial like, that
Yeah,
holy shit moment.
yeah.
Because No Way Home was that way for me,
Uh-huh.
even though a lot of No Way Home got spoiled for me.
Yeah.
Luckily
I
with
didn't
the
do it.
Bat,
It wasn't me.
I know for it was other people. But with the Batman, I was able to stay spoiler free,
Yep.
which is great because I've been waiting for this movie since I
No,
think I
not just that, but like we waited until pretty much day of or the day after.
yeah from the day we saw that first teaser trailer,
Uh-huh.
which I was not even living in this house yet. I was still in the old apartment when that fucking the trailer dropped.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so
Yeah. Really good shit.
um, yeah, definitely really good. So definitely watch the Batman when it comes out, or if you want to go to the theater, go see the movie in theaters.
Absolutely, dude. Check it out.
Um,
Go watch it. It's fucking dope.
yeah, so like definitely worth it. And that's all I got on the Batman.
Yeah.
We'll
And I
go
guess that
more in
pretty much
depth.
wraps it up for the week. Wraps it up for this week. So um go check out all the stuffs on InnerCityGeeks.net. Of course, we got this stuff. We got Brian 2J Presents. We got Manga Time Anime World. What was the other one?
We got
Manga Time Anime World.
fucking
All the Mario stuff. All the
all the
Mario
Mario,
stuff.
yeah, the Mario
Yeah.
section.
Yeah. The hold on a second. Hold on a second. Do 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 do
Experiencing technical
do
difficulties.
do do.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Well, it's not really. This is just one of the reasons why I do like, even though I do enjoy doing these live streams. Um, the fact that there are a bunch of people just trolling right now.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so make sure you guys go check out InnerCity, all the shit on InnerCity. Go check all that shit out. Also, we got links to some cool ass places. Check out the profile. We got a bunch of shit there. We got shit for um Sideshow Collectibles got pretty cool shit over there. We also got Fight TV. Check out some pretty cool fucking wrestling shit over there. A lot of cool free shit. Also, a lot of cool shit that you can actually pay for. A lot of cool shit coming soon. Got some GCW stuff coming. What is it? Rebellion from Impact Wrestling in the next few weeks. And yeah, check all that out. Then you can find the link to Amazon. Of course, we all like Amazon Primes for free, so check all that shit out. Especially now that The Boys is coming out soon, and then we also have Boys Diabolical up there too, so you can watch that. It's really
Oh
fucking
yeah,
fun.
that's one of the other things I watched this week.
Yeah, yeah,
Such a great, yeah.
it's really fucking good. So check that shit out. And then what else? Got places. Got a link to Soulsick Clothing Company. Check that out. Of course, we all like some pretty cool clothings and stuff from 4 Geeks by Geeks. Check all that out. And then there's at that point you check when on checkout type in InnerCityGeeks for 15% off. That's Soulsick Clothing. It's a SOESIC clothing.co. Like I said, 15% off. Then at that point, you got all that shit. And then there's also Beard Oxide. Get some pretty cool beardy shits. Type in ICG10 for 10% off. Over there for some beard balms, oils, butters, all the cool shit you need for your beard. So check that shit out. And the CBDMD. Get some pretty cool CBD shit. And yeah, those are all the pretty cool places. You can find the show on SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Google Podcast, and on motherfucking Spotify. Check that out. Then there's also, you can find us on the socials. You can find us on the Facey Space. So facespace.com/InnerCityGeeks on Instagram, InnerCityGeeks, Twitter, and InnerCityGeeks. Where can I find you, Brian?
You can find me reading these comments and getting really pissed off. But anyway, you can find me on all the socials too. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Bright2JPresents, and you could of course go to bright2jpresents.com where there's links to all my stuff, lots of videos and whatnot. Go to Bright2JPresents on YouTube. Check out some action figure videos. I got stuff on the way. You can of course please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, where can we find you?
Find me on the Twitters and the Instagram at Mr. Jackal, MasterJackal. And that pretty much wraps it the fuck up for this week. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for checking us out. We appreciate you guys. I usually end the show saying don't be a geek, don't be a dick, but gotta end it with a little bit of sad note. But bad times don't last, but bad guys do.